Alright, today we're going to work on a few draw stances. We have a cat stance that we're going to do a few modifications of. The first version is kind of a little bit elongated right here. So the way that we're going to use this is we're going to draw him into a front kick. So we're going to use this as kind of a decoy. So if we're here, I'm going to push my stance forward, and then as he presses forward, I'm going to draw back with this and then throw my front kick. Alright, so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to use the lead foot, lead hand, back leg. So if we're here and I push forward towards him here, we're going to draw this back, and then as he moves forward, lead foot, lead hand. When you get that front kick, it's going to push him forward a little bit if you hit low enough. If you kick a little bit higher, like to the solar plexus, it's probably going to knock him back. So what we want is we want to kick to the bladder. So if we're here and we draw back to here, we want to aim for the bladder with this, to punch to the bladder. So if we're here, I draw back to here, 1, 2, inverted punch, 3, backhand speed punch, 4, we're too close for a kick, so I'm going to throw a knee here. So we've got here, lead foot, lead hand, back leg. All right, and then you can just continue through the series. All right, the second one is drawn back to here. All right, and this one has the cross position. So from the front, the first one is here. The second one is here. All right, this one's really good for our village jurors that start from the cross position. So if we're here and he comes forward to punch, this is a really good one to get into these jurors that have that cross hit. All right, you want to take that off? So if I'm pushing forward, hitting, and I draw back with this as a decoy, it's very good for getting into these jurors that have that cross hit as the beginning. So your timpa sebala, your dug dagan. One more time. So this can be used as a draw stance here, and it can also be used as kind of a fake retreat. So if I'm hitting here and maybe I get hit and I take a step back, if he presses forward, I can move with this kind of like a false retreat and then come back in. It's very useful like that. So if I'm here and we're going at it here, and I get hit and I get knocked back, and I have to take a step, if he continues to press, I can draw this in, and then I can press back forward. In PCK Silat, a lot of times we like to give a false sense of range. This is a really good step to do that with. So if Chris is out here, a lot of times we'll play with moving from long range stances to this sideways Kuda stance and back out. To give a false sense, we'll leave the hands out so that it gives this false sense of distance. You know, and we retreat with the foot, and it appears that we're farther away with the hands, because we'll move the hands with the foot. It appears that I'm farther away with the hands, but I'm still at the same distance, you know. So with this step, a lot of times we'll move, and we'll draw back. And it appears that because I've moved the hand and the foot that I'm farther away, my strikes are farther away. But if he presses forward, I'm going to be going farther through with my strikes. So if we were fighting and I give this drawback this way or a drawback this way, it appears that I've gone out of range and he needs to take a step forward. Obviously in slow motion, this is very easy to see that I'm doing this. If we were moving quickly though, and we're in here fighting, and he presses forward, and I draw this way, it appears that I've taken a step, but I haven't. All right, so our Juru Dug Dagon is just a double forearm hit. So from here, we draw back, and then we crash back forward with these forearms. So we draw here, and it doesn't really matter which side he punches with. This is a draw stance, so we're just trying to get him, we're luring him in, luring him forward. So I'm here, and we hit with these forearms. The follow-ups will always be variable. A few follow-ups from here. If I draw this way, double forearm strike, and maybe into a porticapala with the knee. Here, Machan, Haramal, Tiger, getting control of the head. Here. Okay. Again. Here. All right. Now maybe here again. Machan type technique. Maybe a different way. Here. We can take this through. Another one. Here. This way. And maybe we can take a step through and throw here. Maybe one more to the inside here. 1, 2, here. Now maybe I can bring him in here. I can take this over here and down. Okay. All right, let's do the same thing, but maybe instead of straight forward, we give it to him on an angle. So here, this frames the face. So from straight ahead, it's here. You can give this to someone on an angle too. A really good way to use this is to give them a sense of distance here, and then draw the hand back. So you can see this is obviously right in his face if I'm here. If I draw this back this way, it gives this sense of like he needs to take a step to be able to reach me. So if I'm here and I draw here, and he moves forward with that, that's when we start our attack. So here, you can break the arm. Let's go ahead and stick with the Dug Dagon. So if we're here, 1, 2, you can come here, take the face. All right, another application for Dug Dagon, if he attacks while I'm in this draw stance. Dug Dagon here, swing this arm through here, and now we're going to use Sivakuda. So we're going to use this position as we sneak in, and then open it up to here. All right, this is going to be your takedown. So instead of being here and here, we're going to take it kind of on an angle here. All right. So if we're here, I draw this back here, Dug Dagon here, take this through this way, and now as I sink in, I want this forearm forward to cover and this elbow forward to cover in case he does anything with that back hand. So as I press down with this, I'm going to keep that this way. So let's do it again. So we move in here, 1, 2, swing this through, here to cover, here for the takedown. So moving forward, we have here, draw back to here, and now as we move in, it's here and here. So let's just go ahead and do this on the guy. So switch side. So we're here, 1, 2, and now like I said, swing this arm through, and now we're here. This is our first motion, this is our second motion. So from here, different angle, here, draw back, 1, 2, swing through, here, this is my cover. Alright, and you really want to penetrate with this elbow. So when you do this, it's not just a fluid motion. You want to really crack him in the sternum with this. So one more time. Here. Here. 1 as you move in. 2. All right. If you notice when I'm taking him down here, I've got this elbow here, and this hand is here. Obviously, you can use this other hand for another strike. So a good application for this position would be to hit to the groin simultaneously as you drill into the sternum here. So here, boom, into the groin. So if we're here and he comes into attack, 1, 2, take it through here. And now as I move in here, just shift a little bit this way. As I move in here to do this takedown, as I put this elbow here, as he starts to go here, I can actually add a second hit here. So I can hit here, or I can just intentionally do this assisted strike. So in our art, sometimes we'll do ricochet hitting. This is kind of similar to that. If I come in here to do this technique, and if he punches, if I come in here to do this technique and I hit, and maybe he's still too strong, when I hit here, I can ricochet this back in. I hit, ricochet back in. All right. So 1, 2. You know, if it doesn't work, this is going to work. So when you hit here, when you drill this in like this is a horrible strike. It's a horrible place to be hit. Make sure when you step in that you take a full step behind their leg. You really want to take over their space. So here, take over their space. All right, and low, here, okay? So you've got this position here. This is your cover against this other hand. All right, if this other hand comes in, you know, you've got this hand to deal with it. You can still do this. You can even still do that. Just make sure you keep your knees bent and make sure you cover. All right, so if we're completely withdrawn into this stance here, a lot of times what you'll see is we're using the lead hand for all these, so what I'm going to do is use the backhand. So if we're here and he punches on this side, we're continuing to go to the outside and do these jurus to the outside. What we're going to do is come to the inside on this one. So if we're here, we're fully withdrawn here. It's a really good idea from this position to lead with a lead leg joint kick. So if I'm here, it's a really easy way to drive through with that lead leg joint kick. But for this one, what we're going to do is if we're here and he throws that strike, we're going to sneak to the inside with this rotor parry type hit. So we're here, he punches, and we're going to simultaneously punch to the face. All right, from here, we're going to cross kick, and we're going to take this arm. And now we're going to do an elbow to the back of the head. On, here, punch, take the arm, cross kick, take it right down to the ground. Now, I've got his neck here, elbow to the back of the head. It's a gunting elbow. Again, we're here, drop it all the way back to this withdrawn position. I'm here. This one, simultaneous punch, cross kick, all right? I've got his face, his eye sockets, or the throat here, and I pull him into this elbow to the base of the skull. All right, again, slow but smooth here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whoa. All right, here. 1, 2. You'll notice this has kind of a zigzag type feel that's very characteristic of our art. So from here, 1, 2, 3. This zigzag torque back and forth. All right, let Trey try this out.